don't direct it, it's going to go away. And I, of course, said yes, because I didn't want it to go away, having no idea what that job entailed, which still, I mean,
Do you storyboard it?
I don't remember. Like, I don't remember that whole fucking year.
Wow.
I don't remember 2022. I don't remember that year. I just remember I have little like sketch, like scenes.
In your mind?
We're in the office where there's a casting board. We're trying to put pictures next to it. Now we're shooting.
Wow.
Somebody tested positive for COVID. Can they direct this or do whatever they're doing from their car? We wrapped. I'm in an edit room. That was the thing. It was just Groundhog Day for the rest of the year. And then we finished it in December. And I probably said like 40,000 times that year that I'm never doing this again. I enjoyed doing it with you because I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
I was in it for like 2 seconds. But like then I had a blast doing the one that we did. It was also only a 4-day shoot. But like I have a good time like directing it. The editing taps into my ADD and shit. But fortunately, through Old Dads, I got my editor who understands, and is like, he's hilarious and he has great ideas. Like a lot of those editor guys, they're like, they're in here, they're introverted and that type of stuff.
But a lot of those guys make the movie, though. I mean, a lot of times movies don't work and they can fix it and make it work.
Patrick Don Vito, that's my guy.
Wow.
That's my guy. And he's fucking hilarious. And he has great ideas. And there was a lot of solves in Old Dads that he came up with because we only shot, for 20-something days.
Oh, my God.
We went quick. And
if you want to get sleep, Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep offers 20 unique mattresses. Listen, folks, I have 3 bedrooms in my house. I'm not bragging, but on a hill. But my point is that every one of my rooms has a Helix Sleep. Do you know why? When people spend the night, I want them to sleep in luxury.
Oh.
I want them to get a nice, restful sleep.
Okay.
Because the next day we're going to have adventures. Take the Helix Sleep quiz and find your perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. Your personalized mattress shipped to your door free of charge.
And what I love about Helix is that they have a 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty.
Oh, my
And
Lord.
the quiz is really easy to take. For example, like I'm a side sleeper and I sleep really hot, so I got matched with the Midnight mattress. But you also have the option to upgrade that to the Luxe, which is a plusher version.
I do Lux.
I do Luxe too.
I know you do. 100 nights.
His mattress, and since my son doesn't like sleeping alone, I sleep on it.
Anyway. Anyway.
3 a.m. when he starts yelling, Dada!
Listeners get 20% of all mattress orders and get 2 free pillows. Go to helixsleep.com/bell and use the code HelixPartner20. This is their best offer yet. Helix Sleep.
so there was a few things that you'd get into the edit room, which I knew was going to happen on the first one, and you don't have what you need, and then you got to come up with something. And sometimes it's the music, sometimes it's slow motion, sometimes whatever. He was just a master at that. So.
But were there any times where you're like, I didn't get that shot?
I didn't get it to that point.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't go falsetto.
Oh, no, but
I'd be like, this stupid ass fucking business. There's not enough money. There's not enough time. Do it. That's when they get. I feel like they get off on that. And I learned that through watching the Food Network, where they don't give them enough time or ingredients, and then they just sit there judging them. My wife and kids, they do that to kids. They have like a kids cooking show.
They do, yeah.
And they just put these kids on this fight, like cooking a meal for somebody is one of the nicest, most loving things you can do. And then they just see and then capitalism comes in. Let's turn it into a show. Like there needs to be somehow some sort of tension and suffering to make people continue to watch it. So I fucking hate that show.
Why do you watch it then?
Because my family watches
right.
it. So I'm just sitting there.
Which-
And then they taste it. It'd be like, you did a good job, but I felt like the strawberries kind of overpowered the parfait, and you just see some 8-year-old's bottom lip start quivering. It's like, why would you? How could you continue with this?
But I
how
feel
is
like-
it? It's great.
But I feel like that's a lot of times with American reality TV. They need that tension versus a lot of Asian reality shows where they
They try to kill people.
So there's this one called Terrace House, and nothing happens. Like it's sort of like the real world, but in Japan, and nothing happens, but it's very addicting. I don't think that tension necessarily makes for great television. I think if people just were allowed to be, that's enough.
Slice of life is what I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, when
But I wouldn't absolve all of Asia. I've seen enough clips from their
That is
game
true.
shows.
Right. Some of the newer dating shows are definitely.
There's a lot. Every country, there's something going on under the surface, regardless of like, look how clean the streets are, and everybody's polite. You know?
Yeah.
You say that in Canada, right? And then
That is
what
because
happens?
Physical 100 is pretty intense. Have you seen that show? Physical
that?
100. Have either of you seen
No.
it? It's basically a bunch of Asian like women and men, like athletes, like Herculean, like Zeus types, and they just go at it. They wrestle and they do all of these like competitions, like physical competitions, and it's pretty crazy. I've never seen it on like.
But Bill's
Were you
right.
offended that she used white gods to describe those Asians? Who's the Asian Zeus?
Who is the Asian Zeus?
All I know is Buddha. And that's it. Are there Asian what is?
Look, this is
Oh, fuck
Physical
this
100.
Show. Oh, fuck this show. I don't. This is not for me.
This guy's jacked.
Yeah. It's not for me. All right, turn it off. Turn it off.
But the
Fuck this
women,
shit.
but
Fuck
the
this
women compete against.
I don't
the
want
men.
to turn it off. Yeah. There's torsos and stuff. I fucking hate it, man. We just completely turn it off. Thank you so much.
Why don't you like fit Asians?
I don't like it. But
Why don't you like Phasians?
yeah. But back to Bill's point. When I was in Thailand, I'm like, oh, this is a perfect society. But then I went and watched the Avengers and the movie, and there was a montage of the king before the movie, and I just sat there, and the guy, my friend, goes, "You got to stand up." I go, "Why?" Because they're allowed to kill you if you disrespect the king in Thailand. So I stood up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like at a park, I heard music being played, and everyone freezes at 5 p.m. Right? And then like you have to freeze because you
That's what's amazing being in a country with like a dictator. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be, but every once in a while, it's like, dude, you better stand up or they're going to fucking light you on fire. All right. And then other than that, it's no difference
yeah.
than here. Like I've been to a few of these countries, which I want to go back, so I got to watch what I say because I don't know if this applies to their laws.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like, yeah, this is fucking the same as America, and then there's these one little thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's intense.
And they should tell you that when you enter the country. Nobody told me that.
Well, I thought that, like, if you're under a dictatorship, that you just walk around miserable all the time and you're not allowed to do anything. And it's like, no, like, you know what you're allowed to do, and that's what you do, and you can't do this other stuff. And there is something about a dictatorship that is really efficient. You know, you just hope you get the right guy. If you get the wrong guy, things go sideways.
Yeah.
But,
Like, remember Duterte from the Philippines?
Duterte.
That guy, right?
Yeah. A wild guy.
He's wild.
A wild guy, yeah.
If you,
no form of government works because humans are inherently flawed. So eventually, no matter what it is, like, I feel like, there's a rebellion coming in this country from workers. Like, they're taking too much. Like, people, they just look at these daylight robberies as these standalone things. Like, shit's getting crazy. Thank you, Joe Biden. Or this just because of Trump or whatever. It's like, no, dude, this is the guys behind them. They're taking too much. And there's an imbalance.
you can feel. I think I feel that too.
Yeah,
There's something
and
going on.
Unions are going to come back because right now they're doing this fucking thing that they're basically going to be like, you guys are all going to work and we're not going to pay you, and there's only going to be 3 options, and it's going to be whatever a lot of the same shit that's going on in our business is going on in all of these businesses, and people
Can take so much.
they only take so much
Yeah.
before there'll be some sort of thing. But the genius, though, is the CNN Fox News, which I am really starting to believe are
Yeah.
owned by the same person.
I think so too.
And their job is just get us doing
yeah,
that.
yeah.
all the
I
fucking
agree.
while.
I fully agree.
100%. Yeah. There's a family or somebody behind it working it all. I don't know what family it is.
Yeah.
Or a group of people. And but you know what?
It's perfect. We can't talk about stuff without yelling at each other, so then nothing's going to get done. And it's whatever. That's depressing. Let's talk about something
Jaime?
else.
So Jaime is a guy that he's from the great state of Texas. He was a little nervous because you were coming in, Bill.
And he's really upset because as of last week, Pornhub is now banned in Texas.
Yeah.
All across Texas.
That's a good thing.
To who? Oh.
to you and your fucking hands and your life. You're gonna have to get out there. You're gonna have to talk to somebody.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
It's boring outside.
What?
I like being inside, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell me about the excitement of
our own animal sanctuary, and we're gonna get married on that property.
Are Kalila and I invited to the wedding?
Absolutely,
We are going to go 100%.
absolutely.
Right, babe?
It might be the only wedding I look forward to just because it's an animal sanctuary.
We're not having kids because one of my bucket list items was called the vasectomy Olympics.
It's tied up.
Yeah, it's snipped.
It's nipped.
You can
unsnip
reverse
it.
You can extract from the balls.
Extract from the balls.
Yeah, you can't extract. I don't want.
No,
No,
I think you should have children.
No.
Yeah. I honestly think you would be a great father. Listen, because look at how far you've come.
Sure.
No. Here, no. Shut the fuck up for a
You
second.
can't
all right? No,
expose children onto
no,
somebody.
no, because I believe in a divine,
Sure.
right? And I literally, it just popped. I'm not even thinking this, right? Some divine thing just said, convince him to have a child.
Okay.
Because I think that, number one, you have so much to teach a youngster. You have so much to mold. I think that you would create an incredible child that will help the world. I think it would help the world and influence the world and shift cultures. And I just think that it's important that you have a child, dude. You're going to have one.
Okay. I mean.
No, my God just said it.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. I also want to say one last question, all right? I want to talk about your teeth,
Okay.
all right? So, my teeth are all fucked up.
Yeah.
Right?
They look fine to me. That's the thing.
No, but you didn't see. It's the front ones you see.
Okay.
I have none in the back.
Okay.
Okay?
He has to chew with the front.
I have the two in the front.
Did you send me a text at one point saying, "Hey, I watched that teeth video"? That you
Yes.
put up? Okay.
Oh, I talk about not texting people.
Well, there you go.
Did I not text that?
One of the best texters.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. And can I tell you how much that meant to me?
Okay, and you're welcome. Okay? But I want to say that when I saw that video about your teeth,
Yeah.
it put me, like, again, with the bonding with the drugs and alcohol, I go, there's something else that we have in common, right? We have fucked up teeth. You were saying on the text, I think, that yours is way worse than mine. I'm pretty sure that's true.
I mean, the sad thing about my teeth, anybody with eyes can see that I have obnoxious fake teeth. What's not clear is that I've had 4 different fucking sets of fake teeth.
Why?
And then in the beginning, it was because they were broken. I broke them. So then I got these crowns. The crowns were like the old old kind where you could see that black line at the top of them.
right,
They were
right.
just fucking awful.
Yeah.
And so once I had Jackass the movie come out, at a certain point, I was like, hey, I can afford it. I'm gonna get fucking better looking teeth.
Yeah.
And I was really happy about that. And then, because I think it's because I wasn't flossing, at one point, like the little triangle gum part.
Yeah.
Just one day they just fucking disappeared, and I had these huge empty black holes.
Oh.
And I was like, I had these huge empty black
Is that where
holes.
black truffles come from?
Right. I mean, dude, it was like it was all I could see. It was all I could see, and I was like, "What do I do? What do I do? Oh my god!" And I went to the dentist. It was like, "Oh, nothing. You just gotta get fucking."
What do you say they were?
They're called papillas.
Yeah, fuck. You got the papillas.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
shit.
papillas disappeared, and it happened overnight. And so
Wait. They just disappear overnight?
they were just fucking gone one day.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I had these huge, to me, like just it's all I could see. And I was like, fuck. And they're like, all you can do is just get your teeth redone so that they can fucking close that gap.
Right.
So that was the next set. And then after that, it was more gum problems. And,
Gingivitis?
I've had gum graft surgery, and it just never.
What? You don't brush?
I do. It actually comes to a point where brushing too much actually will make your gums. I've just had fucking terrible disposition for oral hygiene or oral health.
Great skin.
Your
thanks.
yeah.
And now,
It's great, yeah.
now I religiously like take care of my just to preserve what little I have left.
Do you have bad breath?
Dude, I did for the longest fucking time, man.
Yeah.
And there are different kinds of bad breath. There are like, kind of innocent sort of bad breath where it's actually the breath.
Yeah.
And then there's that fucking insidious bacteria that just lives in the mouth. And it's not even the breath. It's just the bacteria just emanating from
That comes from your ball sack. That comes from deep down. Like
Well, what it comes from not flossing is what it is. It's,
well, they say like over time, like
sack.
bad oral hygiene causes heart problems,
Sure.
right? Because that bacteria then migrates
Yeah.
into the valves,
Right.
and you have mitral valve problems.
For
so
sure.
gum health is directly correlated with heart health.
right. But it's not that the bacteria in your mouth is coming from within. It starts in your mouth and then it gets
Right,
into your
right.
bloodstream.
Comes
So it's the
down,
other way around.
obviously,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Like, there's a certain type of breath that you
Yeah.
feel like comes
I
from
have
the
that?
pits of hell.
Do I have that?
It's not even breath. Like bad breath will come from like within. It's
Yeah.
coming out of your lungs or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is bacteria that's just sitting in the mouth, like something fucking crawled behind your tooth and died, and it's just rotting and fucking, it's so bad. And the thing is that our society, it's so taboo, it's so not okay to tell somebody that they have bad breath.
Yeah.
And these people, this is the worst fucking thing about that kind of bacteria is that people who have it don't know that they have it.
Right.
You can't smell it on yourself.
Right.
Right.
And nobody will tell you that you have it.
No, none of your Johnny Knoxville. No one ever said anything.
There was a time when I got in the van with all the Jackass guys, and I sat down, and Wee Man said, "Oh, dude, fucking Steve-O, your breath." And Knoxville's response to that, he just said, "Saying Steve-O has bad breath is like saying a Wee Man is short." Because it's all the time.
Did that hurt?
Yeah, I didn't understand it. And
What do you?
I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the
Clear analogy.
Right. Of course it hurt. Of course it hurt.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand what the indicated action was to address it. That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Because I had experience when I was, I would say like 19, 20, like, and I was like this fucking homeless loser, and my mom periodically would allow me to stay at her house.
Yeah.
And when I
This
was
is before or after clown college?
before clown college.
Okay.
And I was, and I'd wake up, I'd brush my teeth, and then my mom would say, "Dude, your fucking breath's disgusting." I'd say, "Mom, I just brushed my teeth." She goes, "Yeah, your fucking breath's disgusting." I should have figured it out that it's no matter how much you floss, no matter how much you brush, you're not going to get to it unless you floss. Some people can get away with not flossing, some people cannot, and I was
Right.
one of the people
Right.
that cannot. And if anybody listening to this is wondering, do I have that? There's one way to tell for sure, and that's to take a piece of floss, dental floss, and put it through your teeth and run it through your floss a little bit, and then I'll smell the floss. And it'll be that way you can smell it. And if that fucking floss smells like a dead animal, then it's probably time to go to the dentist to get a professional cleaning, because if you're coming from a place with the bacteria, you're not just going to floss it all out. You have to go get like what's called a deep cleaning from the dentist.
Yeah, this is something like I've never understood about him. I get cleaning twice a year.
I get it every 3 months. I get it every 3 months, and I lean towards 2.5.
Right, and then you do your yearly X-ray, right? Where it's I've done
Sure.
that since I was a teenager.
Are your parents still with us?
Not my mom, but my dad.
Your dad's still with us?
Yeah.
Is he? When did your mom pass?
2003.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Was she? She was around when you became successful, or no?
She suffered an aneurysm in 1998, which was before I had any measure of success. And she survived that aneurysm, but she was very disabled, both physically and mentally. So she was technically alive when, Jackass came out, but she was very compromised, and it wasn't anything that, I didn't get to. It would have been so fucking cool to have her like on a red carpet, to have
Yeah.
Like,
Has your dad done those things?
Yeah, big time.
Is he? How proud is he of you?
He's super proud, super fucking proud. And Dad did not jump on the bandwagon like once I had become successful. It was actually.
It took a while.
It was specifically when my mom had the aneurysm, which was on October 10th of 1998. And from England, my dad flew. My parents had been divorced, but for this, Dad flew from England immediately. My sister and I flew in from New Mexico, where we lived together. We were all brought together, and it was like we went to a local restaurant, like from the hospital, just for a meal, and then go back to the hospital and kind of like be there. Mom was in this critical situation. Well, we were at the hospital, we left the hospital to go to a restaurant. I want to say it was like Ruby Tuesday or something like that, right? And outside this restaurant, it's the first time I'd seen my dad in some time, and he said, "Son, like now that we're together, I just want to tell you that I feel badly. I feel that I've done a disservice to you by not supporting you in this career path that you've clearly committed yourself to." And I had not made a fucking penny at that point. I was fat. Yeah, I'm going to be fucking rad. I had nothing going for me. I had achieved jack shit. And Dad said that he felt that he had done a disservice. He said, I pledge to support you. It's not what you're doing isn't what I would have chosen.
Because he was a businessman, right?
Right.
He was corporate, right?
Corporate, big time.
Like he was a president of a corporation?
Yep.
Yeah. It's mind blowing that your dad was this corporate guy and he spawned you.
Yeah, I know.
It's mind blowing.
Well, it makes sense. Like my mom's side of the family, every single leaf on the tree was alcoholic, gambling, suicide, like fucking super, super mental fucking like addiction problems. And then there's my dad's side where everyone's like theologian, fucking PhD. There's like nobody's not at least a PhD on my dad's side.
I just imagine your dad like getting up in the morning, when you were a kid, getting to work, putting the suit on, right? Walking by your room, and you're like the baby from The Incredibles, just on fire. You know what I mean?
Burning
Turning
shit.
into ice. You know what I mean? I can't imagine that.
In my dad's family, he was like a black sheep for going into business because it was all scholars, fucking like clergymen. Like it was like fucking like the most like respected, not a lot of high earners, but just people who cared about making the fucking world a better place, and then Dad's like a fucking businessman, becomes a corporate CEO, puts together all this, but whatever. So, I'm kind of exactly what you might expect if you took my mom's family tree and my dad's family tree and fucking mixed them
Merged
together.
them, yeah.
I'm like this alcoholic fucking deviant, but that's just got this unbelievable drive and persistence and tenacity.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, if my dad's gumption was directed like to fuel deviance, then that's me.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Okay, at the end of our podcast, we do a thing called unhelpful advice. So people email us with problems.
I had a dumb question before we.
Oh, go ahead,
please.
I have a question about pain threshold. Do things like paper cuts bother you?
I don't have any particularly special or different threshold for pain. I'm just simply such a fucking attention whore that I'm willing to endure it. And for that matter, if I didn't feel pain on any level, then there wouldn't be that reaction that makes the shot,
Right.
compelling. So there's like I'm just as afraid and I'm just as in pain as anybody else. I'm just an attention whore that's willing to put myself in that position. So that's why it's somehow like entertaining on.
Got it. The
I mean,
gumption.
I mean, like when you're like going in, I don't know if it was you. I think I have an image of somebody.
That's so funny. Sorry. Like, yeah, no. Oh, I got it. Yeah, no pain threshold, just gumption.
That makes sense.
It's either you or somebody going into in front of crocodiles. Somebody could crocodile. Have you done something like that?
Yeah, the alligator tightrope.
Right.
Tightrope.
So yeah, now that kind of fear, though, don't you think you're might die? In your head, you don't think could die.
I didn't think I was gonna die, but I thought that I could lose a large chunk of flesh.
And so when normal people go, I could lose, my calves,
Yeah.
or I can lose a shoulder, right?
Right.
We tend to go, yeah, I like attention too, but there's other ways of doing it. You know what I mean?
I know. I honestly, I don't have an excuse or an explanation.
Yeah.
I just don't.
Or when you snort wasabi,
Right.
right? You've done that, right? What does that do to the mind?
I don't know that it did anything to the mind, but it was actually rather I thought it would be way worse. And it
Right.
and my nose just didn't give a fuck at that point. I knew this podcast, like I mean, it hasn't come out yet, but I think it's going to be a fucking hit. I came in here feeling like,
Yeah.
I really believe
Dude,
that.
well, first of all, we've gone longer than we've ever gone. All right, what are we at?
We're at 90 minutes.
Yeah, we've never gone that far.
I've never gone that long.
We usually do an hour.
We do an hour.
All right.
Yeah. So that's how I know that it's been interesting, and I have so many more questions, but I'm kind of
Ask them on Steve-O's Wild Ride podcast.
when I do it.
I love
this
that.
is one more question I had
Go
for
ahead.
you. So you and your fiance, Bobby, and I think that you guys are goals for sure. But the one thing that we found that we've talked about on this podcast before is that anytime that Bobby and I have tried to post a sort of explicit photo of us together, it gets yanked.
Okay.
But for some reason, any one of yours stays up. So we've had an envy.
Okay.
I get so angry
Well,
because I'll go, "What the fuck? Ours got yanked," but I'll go to yours and go, "I see this guy's asshole right now."
we got one yanked.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we got one yanked, the one where we were in the window.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
Because it looked like we were actually having sex.
Yeah.
How long was it up for?
It lasted for ages, and then like weeks or months later, all of a sudden it went down.
I have a theory on it.
No,
I think that we're not good looking enough.
no.
It's not that. And if you see, I just posted one yesterday. I blur the butt crack. That's the secret.
Is
to
that the key?
success. Yeah, if you look at the second to last post, the last post was the one I posted while I was driving over here. It's me and the fire chief holding up the big check for $50,000.
Yeah.
And the one before that, you see blurred butt cracks.
But the one with me and Bert Kreischer,
Got yanked.
completely naked, but we're covering our genitals and we're just laying side by side. We both posted it at the same time. Kreischer's got yanked in 10 minutes. Mine's about,
Wholly accepted.
let's talk about Saturday again, okay? So, do you think that the style bender is because people are saying he's GOAT, right? That's when people throw that out. There's been so many great eras in the sport, you know what I mean? And he is very unique, right? How do you place him in the middleweight in terms of middleweight fighters?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the champion of the world right now.
Right.
So he's number one, and rightly so. I mean, if you look at who he's beaten
Oh, my God.
and how he beats them, I mean, I'll be honest, prior to Saturday night, I was kind of, and he'll tell you, because we've had conversations about this, he's called me out on it, because prior to commentating, I still do it a bit now, I do the pre and the post-fight shows, and we have to make predictions on who's going to win and stuff like that. And I picked him to lose a few times, and every time he goes out there and proves me wrong, right? And then we bumped into each other, and I said to him, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." I said, it's nothing, because fighters take it very fucking personal.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? When I go on TV or whoever it is, I remember when I used to fight and I'd be in the locker room and they have the pre-show on the TV, and you'll see whoever it is and they're talking about it. They say, yeah, he's going to lose, second round knockout. I think, you fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, all right.
See you later. You know what I mean? So it does irk you a little bit, and you do think, I'll have a word with that guy. So anyway, and I always thought, well, there always was a reason for why he was winning. Right? The reason was he was very good, but against Robert Whittaker had a terrible game plan. He kept lunging in from so far away. So I was like, yeah. Robert Whittaker was shit. And then I was like, against Anderson Silva, it wasn't the busiest fight, right? And I was like, well, Anderson didn't really do much. I feel if he stepped on the gas more, then he could have beaten Israel. And then Yoel Romero didn't do fuck all. I'm like, oh, come on, that fight didn't even happen. But the fact of the matter is, like Barcini Costa Saturday night, he went out there and he didn't do much either, right? But when a pattern starts to form, you can't sit there and say it's not because he's that good. When the pattern starts to form, it's because, like Costa Saturday night, was scared.
Yeah.
He didn't want to get in the punching range, in the pocket, as they call it, because Adesanya was too fast. He was just too fast, and anytime he went near me, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I nearly got my head taken off there.
Yeah.
So it's easy for me to just stand there in the middle of the octagon and let you dictate the dance
Yeah.
and kick the shit out of me. So it's not Israel. It's not his fault that his opponents are scared of him.
I
Yeah.
also kind of picked up on that even like in the pre-fight, or I'm sorry, before the fight, like leading up to it, how he was already kind of tentative and he seemed a little bit emotional. Borchino, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's those.
Well, very emotional, especially now.
Yeah. Oh no, what happened? He cried.
Oh, no, today, like, he saw the video.
No,
you
don't,
know.
don't tell me what happened.
Well, Israel kind of give him a little dry humping.
I loved it.
In the octagon.
I loved it.
But he wasn't aware of that because he was just knocked out.
Yeah.
So
the video.
So like,
It's like it was
yeah.
goofied, yeah,
And he's
yeah.
like, fuck it, okay, show me the fight sheet. He's like, okay, oh shit, man here. And then he's like, what the fuck? He did what?
Yeah.
So yeah, he's pissed. He's putting out some video. He's calling for a rematch.
Immediate
It's crazy
rematch.
because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
never gonna get a rematch because you got your ass kicked.
He's got to win probably 4 more times, right? He's got to beat Cannonier. He's got to beat. There's a bunch of
2 or
guys out
3,
there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's not getting a rematch
Yeah,
anytime.
I think Whitaker. You know, although people think that he got his ass kicked, but I think Whitaker deserves another shot, don't you?
Probably.
Because Whitaker had like won. How many times did he defend it, Whitaker?
Well, no, because he was never the real champ.
Oh, he wasn't.
It was the interim.
It was
It was an
interim.
interim,
yeah.
right?
And there was some weird
thing.
I
Yeah.
forget people missing weight and shit. It wasn't his fault, to be fair, but he did beat a lot of good guys and he beat
Yeah.
Yoel a few times.
Yeah.
And he just beat Darren Till and he's fighting Jared Cannonier.
We're Cannonier. Yeah.
I'd
He
say the
was a-
winner of that should fight.
Who's a beast?
Oh yeah.
Cannonier, don't you think?
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, very, very.
Yeah.
Well,
he's-
when Whitaker fought Adesanya, it seemed like I love Whitaker. He's
I
been
love
my
Whitaker
favorite
as well.
fighter for
Yeah, me too.
years.
we just like his
I like his
demeanor. You know
He's
what I
very
mean?
humble.
A nice
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
He's
Family
a very
guy.
nice guy, yeah.
Yeah. But it seemed like a total. He seemed like unmatched. Like he
Yeah.
just couldn't get in there at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just like before at the time when I watched it initially, I'm like, oh well, Whitaker didn't show up, did he? He had a terrible game plan. He kept trying to lunge in, and again, that's not Israel's fault. That's because they were scared and intimidated because he's so tall, he's so long, and he's so fast. And every time he was trying to get on the inside to land a shot, it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
hold on. So then I'm going to start acting desperate, trying to land these big wild shots,
Yeah.
which just leaves you more open to get counted.
Yeah, he has length. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
He's a long fighter, right? He's also kind of scrawny, but he really is precise. Like those kicks that he did on Paulo Costa, Borrachina. What's his name? Borrachina?
That's his nickname, yeah.
But what's his real last name?
Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
You said it 3
said it
times.
4
No.
You said it
no,
4 times.
Why did he? Well, why was he called Borrachina?
Because everybody has a nickname.
Yeah.
Oh. so if they said Bobby Slep King, that Slep
Yeah,
King
yeah,
is my, you know.
Yeah, Bobby the Slept King.
And then I just changed it back to Lee. Is that what happened?
What?
No, Bobby the Slept King Lee.
Yeah. Your
Yeah, but
lead's still
before
there.
he wasn't. Just let's.
Oh, that's right. He wasn't listed as Paulo Costa.
He wasn't before. He used to fight as Paulo
Yeah.
Borrachina, and that's it.
Yeah. He
Oh,
didn't have
really?
the Costa
Yes,
in it.
he didn't have the Costa in it.
Have
Then
you-
out of
Have
nowhere,
you seen what's it called? Borchino Depot. Borchino Depot on Instagram.
No.
Not on
Oh.
Twitter. You got to follow it. It's hilarious.
what is it?
Some of your friends are featured on there regularly.
Yeah.
It's a parody MMA account, but you know,
Oh, it is?
they like to make fun. Anyone who misspeaks, they get a little roasting on there. It's funny. There's a lot of Tito Ortiz, a lot of Brendan Sharp. Well, but it's funny. It's good, clean fun. But they just highlight when people fuck up, and it's funny. I don't know why it's called Borchino Depot, but
Right.
yeah. But give it a follow.
Hey guys, we're gonna take another quick break to talk about a sponsor that we all use here.
BetterHelp. I use BetterHelp in my personal life, and it saved my life. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? I had a lot of that, you know, and I use this and I have therapy through BetterHelp, and it has saved my life, folks. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. And you can start communicating, get this, Gilbert,
What?
in under 48 hours.
Oh my God, I think
Gilbert, it's not a crisis line.
I think there's a 2 weeks.
It's not self-help. It's professional counseling done securely online. Tell them more, babes.
There is a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. However, the service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
Yeah.
Tell us more about it, Go.
BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit BetterHelp.com/belly. That's better, H-E-L-P, and join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Special offer for Tiger Belly listeners: get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/belly. Enjoy the rest of the show.
So I want to plug your podcast. You have a podcast with a comic out of New York.
I do.
What is it called?
It's called Believe You Me.
Believe You Me.
Yes.
And what?
With Lewis, right?
Yeah, Louis J. Gomez.
Yeah. Comes out once a week.
Twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays.
Whoa.
Whoa, fuck, look at the
We're
work ethic.
lazy.
Yeah,
lazy.
you know, come on.
Do you do it out of your house?
I do it out of my house. He does it in
New York?
studio in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where can people find it?
Everywhere you find podcasts. Yeah, if you search Believe You Me or Michael Bisping podcast on YouTube, you'll find it. And then, I don't know.
Because
Spotify, all those places, yeah.
Yeah, because you are. I have to say, and I mean this. I'm going to give you a compliment.
Thank you.
I don't want to brag,
Oh, my God.
but I like to brag a little bit.
I thought you were complimenting.
I am going to compliment
I
you.
know, that was really
I,
You're awesome.
I know.
Now, I'm just going to talk about
Let me try. Let me try this,
That was a weird.
No, but you'll see how it's going to swing back to you.
I get it.
No, you don't.
I do. I feel
You're
like
being
I
an
know
asshole.
where it's going to go.
Right. So just let me build it, okay?
Please, go.
He's got to suck his own dick before he does
Yeah, I
it.
got to suck
Of course, yeah.
my little yellow clit before.
God.
So, I don't want to brag, but I know probably the funniest people on the planet Earth. I've mingled with them, right? I've
Rubbed
with them,
shoulders.
rubbed shoulders. I've done podcasts with them, and I've done my share of television work.
Oh, his guy.
and film, and but
I nearly spat water all over the place then.
But I have to say that when I podcast with you, you remind me of somebody at that level of comedy chops.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
It's an unusual thing to have, a beefcake.
Backhanded
Yeah. A beefcake like yourself, right? Have a charisma.
Listen, just because you are challenged, okay?
Yeah,
Don't refer.
Yeah.
My wife gives me shit all the time for being too short.
Oh, really?
Yes, and too small.
Yeah.
She likes tall guys. I'm borderline.
Yeah.
When I got arrested when I was a kid, the cop said I was 6'2", and I hang on to that. But she says bullshit. You're shrinking.
Yeah. How tall are you?
6'1". But
you're
she
6'1",
She says
yeah.
that's bullshit. But at the cop shop, they said 6'2". So I claim that.
Yeah, so-
but as you were saying I was great.
So it is an unusual thing, right? I mean, there is, because when I talk to him, I'm like, it's like talking to a comic, right?
Yeah.
Who's like a seasoned pro, but you're a champion as well. You know what I mean? So it's just an unusual combination within one human being.
Well, thank you. I
And-
appreciate that.
Yeah, and you, I think you have a future, right, in other areas, right?
I feel like I've seen this. This is the Joe Rogan, Brendan Sharp sit down. I've seen this. I'm like, what is going on?
No, it's not that. It's just I didn't plan it. I'm not planning it. It's just an idea in my head. I'm just thinking, that what an interesting. I thought this the last time, but then I'm just duly reminded today. You know what I mean? That's just how unusual you are in that way. What?
She said, I agree.
agrees.
Don't you agree with him?
No, you said unusual.
I agree. Well,
Yeah.
a little aggressive.
Yeah.
The tone.
I agree that he's unusual.
Yeah. Wait. I want to ask you one more question.
I'm going to use the bathroom. I just chat to her. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Show him where the bathroom is.
Sorry about it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, I want to know how you guys met. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's what I want to ask.
What I want to ask is.
I'll let him tell it.
No.
No,
But
Way better. He tells it way
did
better.
you meet him Before the Ultimate Fighter?
Yes.
Oh, so
quite a few years before. So we met in '99.
Wow.
in 1999. And at that time, was he? What did you like about him?
So, now that he's gone?
I mean, what?
Very good question.
Yeah.
actually. I was instantly drawn to him, and I can't quite put my finger on why when I think back.
Yeah.
He stands out, as you can see.
Yeah.
Especially in the town that we both lived in. He stood out a lot to me, and he was tall. And I kind of, I tease him to say that he's short, but he was tall compared to everyone else, so that stood out to me. And it's just his personality. He was like really vibrant and outgoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What little town did you guys meet in?
Clitheroe.
Oh, Clitheroe.
Yes.
So in that small little town you met him?
Tiny little town.
Yeah.
And I'd only been in Clitheroe for a couple of years because I moved from Australia. So I was pretty new. And I think that was part of the attraction as well because I was different from everyone else. I had a different accent and blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
I think that was part of it as well.
And how are you? Do you prefer living in California via England or?
Yes.
You do?
I love California.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we kind of flirt with the idea of moving back to England, but I can't deal with the rainy weather and cold, and I've acclimatized to Southern California weather.
Yeah. And you
can't
guys
beat
are
it.
here now. Your kids are here.
Well, the kids are here, so we're in it. Even if we did want to move anywhere, we can't. We're trapped.
Yeah.
Because the kids are here. They've got their own lives.
I don't
Your
want you
kids
to move.
have American accents?
They go between both. So when they talk to us, they talk in like a British accent, and then when they go out with their friends, they talk American.
No, my daughter, like she used to speak all the time, like daddy, like, in this crazy annoying accent, right? And I just wasn't into it at all. But it's
Yeah.
like, whatever, I'll tolerate it, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But then sometimes, and she's great now. She's turned the corner, but she went through a phase 2 years of her life where she was a fucking. I'm not going to get into detail.
Is it like
But
a
listen,
Cali girl?
Mom's like, stop.
It's like Cali girl, yeah, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But anyway, when she has been naughty, shall we say, and we're like, what the fuck? And then I call her, I finally catch up with her. I'm like, what? And she's like, talking in that accent. I go, and cut that fucking stupid accent out as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now I'm mad. Now when it's just, average day, I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I roll my eyes internally. But if I'm mad and I'm like, get your ass home, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever, and I'm like, stop talking in that stupid fucking accent. Nothing against Americans, by the way. It's just,
Yeah. How are you doing in the pandemic? I mean, like, are you over it, or are you, you know what I mean?
Under it?
Or are you under it?
Or inside it.
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to explain. I take it seriously. I respect it.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's driving me crazy right now. Seeing all these fucking anti-maskers,
Yeah.
all these conspiracy theorists. Right? Just do what you're fucking told. Put the mask on. Right? Listen to the experts, people that have dedicated their entire lives to science.
Yeah.
Okay. There isn't a fucking agenda here.
Yeah.
Well, there is. It's trying to rid the world of this virus, this nasty disease,
Yeah.
which is killing people.
Yeah.
Like, I have this friend of mine in the UK where I come from, and on Facebook, he's at it all the fucking time. Okay, going on, it's okay. I'm like, and I never respond, but I just couldn't do it. Last night, I'm sitting there, I'm like, fuck it, I'm going. I wrote this big, long response. you know?
Yeah.
And he came back with, his initial response was, really? I thought better of you, to be honest. I'm like, oh, really? So somebody has a different opinion than you.
Right.
We don't have to listen to your shit. You left school at 16. All you've done since then. He did. He left school at 16.
Yeah.
You haven't held down a shitty dead-end job your entire life.
Yeah.
Right? And you're going to sit there and disagree with scientists that have studied their entire lives to understand these things. He's like, oh, yeah, but the government keep changing guidelines. I said, well, yeah, of course. Well, that in itself tells you that they are learning and changing the guidelines as they're learning about the fucking virus.
Right.
If it was an agenda, they would just say, right, this is the way it's got to be. These are the control mechanisms we're putting in place.
Yeah.
And like it or fucking lump it. They wouldn't keep changing things.
Yeah. They're adapting as it goes because it's a new thing.
Correct.
And
exactly.
we are the same. We're in the same boat. Even if you weren't, wouldn't care. But
yeah, no, for sure. Listen,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm not going to fall out with people over it, but it does get a little exhausting.
Yeah.
I went to a comedy night Friday at somebody's house.
Yeah.
And one of the girls there looks at me, and she's a friend of mine. She goes, well, because I had a shield and a mask on.
Yeah.
Right. And she's like, what the fuck?
Well, you're older.
He's
You know what
a
I mean?
smoker.
You're in that demographic.
He is.
Frail.
He's geriatric.
Weak.
Yeah.
I mean, a good gust of wind would knock you over. You know what I mean? You need the shields. As you were saying, though, sorry, I interrupted your story.
Anywho. How rude. How fucking rude, you limey bastard.
Limey?
Yeah. You fucking hooligan. Okay?
You say cool again?
Yeah, you
Hooligan.
Cooligan.
Call you a cooligan.
That sounds like
Hooligan a gang.
that's a really good compliment.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
a cooligan. You're like a little bit of a thuggish, but you're cool
Yeah.
with it.
That's a good word,
But you
cooligan.
dress real well.
Yeah. You're a cooligan. So, and she goes, you know the people that die from coronavirus is people that took the flu vaccine last year and then gets COVID. So the combination of the two kills you.
It's actually quite the opposite.
And she goes, take the mask off. I
Oh,
go,
really?
Yeah, and I go, no. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to listen to you.
yeah.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Right? So everyone has these different opinions and whatnot, but
Well, everyone's just at each other's throats. So it's not even a matter of like what you believe. I think that people are just generally frustrated and they want to go after something and someone. So it's like in those situations, like you just gotta accept to disagree and then move on.
yeah, I did. I
People
still love
are very frustrated, and certainly people that have lost their jobs and lost their
Yeah.
income.
it. It's difficult. It's a difficult.
And that's a different
I hate
scenario to what I'm dealing with.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my thoughts are with them truly. But I pulled my phone out here because I posted this the other day, and it's so true. It says, quick reminder, if the roles were reversed and it was younger people who were more likely to die, our grandparents and parents would do absolutely everything they could to protect us. But on the flip side, we're like, oh, it's just the old. Fuck them.
Right.
They've lived their life.
That's an interesting thing. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, imagine if it
And
was
I love
reversed.
you. And I love you.
You will fucking do. I love you too.
Yeah.
You do whatever you could to protect your children and your grandchildren.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say, "Oh fuck it, he's 60 years old. That's still young."
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're almost right there. You still got life left to live, Bob.
This guy. Anyway.
We have a demon baby to make.
Yeah, we have a demon baby. So I want to say that this podcast has been very fun for me. I
Oh,
really
is this
enjoy-
it? Is it done?
No, we have to do our unhelpful advice.
Oh my God, we've just driven all this way. We just got here. Jesus Christ, Bobby.
Dude, well, you want to do a 5-hour event like Rogan does?
Rogan.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I want to do it from the inside of a tunnel.
What's the studio?
Yeah, where are you? It looks like a fucking pill.
Yeah.
Can I just talk about the room I just went in? That's
that-
awesome.
What?
Oh, that was our old studio.
That was our.
No, where I just went in next
Yeah, yeah,
door.
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw like the soundproofing, but the door, all the artwork and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that was the
My
original
favorite, yeah.
podcast room.
Right.
But then the COVID hit.
Yeah.
So we moved out of there because we can have guests.
Right.
So we can have more space. So we
Got
put
it.
this black. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but we don't know what to do with that
I
room.
was paying you a
Complimenting you.
compliment
Okay.
on the artwork.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing. I
Okay,
wasn't-
Mikey?
I wasn't attacking you,
Little
Bobby.
Mikey, okay. All right, I'm old. You want more to say? I'm fat. What
No,
else you wanna
it's a
say?
nice. I like the artwork on the door.
Okay, Mikey.
That's
Fuck, little
that was
Mikey.
my point.
Little Mikey from the UK is here.
6'1".
Hey,
little
little
tiny
Mikey from
dick.
the UK.
Yeah. So what we do at you've been on the show before. We do a thing called the unhelpful advice, and people email us questions, and we try to answer them. Okay.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Kalila, Michael Bisping, and Rebecca.
Hey, friends, my fiance and I are about to have a baby. She's only 2 months along, but it seems so close to 9 months. My problem is I can't get her to quit smoking cigarettes. As soon as I found out she was pregnant, I quit because I want what's best for our baby and our family. How can I try to convince her to quit without making her think she's against what's best for our family? I know she loves me, and I know she'll love our baby, but I know she can love herself, me, and our baby so much more if she does things she knows she needs to do. Thanks. Love you guys. How does he convince his fiance to quit smoking for the baby? How do you convince Rebecca? To stop doing this?
Well. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Number one, cigarettes kill you. They'll kill the mother. They could kill the baby. They're doing harm. That's for damn sure. Rebecca, this is why I push this over to you. Listen, there's one thing she knows about it's babies and drinking whilst pregnant, smoking while pregnant, eating whatever kind of foods whilst pregnant. I was like, this is your fucking wheelhouse.
All right, let's okay, Rebecca. So I'm just gonna say, let's suppose I'm your friend. You and I I go to Orange County. Okay.
Okay.
You and I having brunch, right? You and I are having brunch.
Right.
And I'm talking. Kalila's pregnant, so I'm gonna go. So Rebecca, Kalila, she's 2 months pregnant, as you know.
Well, what about I'm right next to you, in front of you, and I'm just smoking, and you see that.
Yeah. So
growing
she's
belly.
smoking.
Yeah.
She's pregnant. What would you say?
I would say I'm completely non-confrontational. So
Right,
I
right.
would be like, oh my god, when you left, I'd be like, oh my god.
Oh, you're two-faced.
She's
You're
two-faced.
Smoking constantly when she's pregnant, that's disgusting. And then whenever you come on, I'll be like, oh hey. I'm so bad like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, she's really, really damaging the health of her unborn baby. That baby could be born with a low birth rate. I know that much. If
Yeah.
they smoke heavily whilst pregnant.
Yeah.
Sorry, low birth weight.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Yes, I might have said right. I meant weight.
Yeah.
So that's
So
not.
low birth weight. I just don't think that it would be. It's not the healthy. It's not like taking vitamins.
It's not.
Like vitamins would be good, right?
Well, vitamins are great.
Yeah. It's not as bad as
Nicotine, not
heroin.
so much.
If it was heroin, I would be like, hey man, put the needle down,
yeah.
right?
I don't know. I feel like heroin's better than nicotine.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right. No, not heroin because the baby would.
Yeah.
Would have to withdraw.
Yeah.
there'd be withdrawal.
Yeah. Maybe crack.
And not good. Not great either.
No, just get off the class A
Yeah.
babies. You know
No,
what I mean?
yeah, I just think, you know what I would do? I would just like sit down with her and go, listen, I don't care what you do with your body. I do, right? But if you choose to smoke. But you have our baby inside you. Can you please wait until you have the baby?
Or at least be drunk. You know what I mean? You
Right.
don't smoke, get drunk.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah,
If you get drunk, a cigarette can be nice. You know?
Right,
what I mean?
right.
You're not even drunk.
Yeah.
You're sober. She's like, yeah, I'm
Here's,
9
drink
months
this
pregnant.
whiskey. I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I
Yeah.
said, stop being a selfish bitch.
Yeah, that's a
You've
crazy.
got a baby inside your stomach.
She should know better.
Is that a real question?
That is a real question.
That's a real question.
a lot of
We
stuff
get
like
so many weird ones.
Don't be
Yeah.
a selfish bitch. You have a baby inside your
There
stomach.
we go. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
That's the answer.
Don't be a selfish bitch.
Don't be a selfish bitch. Do we have another one? Because that's a given.
Yeah. Hello, my name's Ethan. I've been single for 6 years.
Uh-oh.
There's been dates, but sex. There's been dates and sex, but zero intimacy. Recently started dating a young lady, and I cannot keep it up during sex long enough for me to finish. She gets off, and I'm going soft, almost uninterested. This has never been a problem before. Do you think it's an intimacy issue or something larger?
Oh. I don't even know what he's asking.
That's a hard one.
So hold on. He can't get it up. He can't keep it up.
Nope.
I mean,
To me, it's. I think that there's
Is he
some
jerking
porn.
off before?
Porn. I think there's
Yeah.
some porn involved.
Porn involved for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, number one, cut off the porn and
I thought you
the
were gonna say cut off
extracurricular.
something else.
No,
Cut
no,
off your
don't-
dick.
Cut off your dick. No, the extracurricular jacking off. Right. You should stop doing that. Right. And then
Let the tank fill a little
let the
bit.
tank fill. Let the gun. You know what I mean? Build some bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guns do.
So you can shoot. You know what I mean? Whatever. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. Or maybe go to therapy.
or
Yeah.
bluechew.com. You know, that.
That's great.
One of your-
Are they one of our sponsors?
yeah.
Forhims.com.
Don't come.
him.
Use
Yeah.
promo code Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, maybe go see your doctor.
Or maybe
Some
start
testosterone.
suck dick. Maybe dick is your thing.
Well,
Maybe
I
he's
think-
gay.
Yeah, what if I was gay and I was just trying to convince myself,
Yeah.
right, that I was straight and I'm like losing my, you know what I mean? Maybe suck off like, a hobo.
Maybe he loves her, but doesn't. He's not attracted. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a friendship.
Yeah.
You know.
But I feel like men.
And all the hookers he's fucking at the weekend is probably bit of an issue as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a difficult question because I don't, you know why that question's difficult? I don't know his routine. I don't know him at all. It's just a surface, you know what I mean?
He's just nervous. I feel like some people can build it up so much in their head,
Right.
and then they just let it kind of build too much, and then
Yeah. That could be it.
No, I thought he was pulling away because I thought you said Michael was really nervous when he
No,
first.
I never pull out. No, you were laughing like oh yeah, no, you're right, it's the nerves.
Yeah.
You felt like she was talking to you there.
No, I thought she was talking to you when you guys first started dating.
Oh yeah, I get so nervous. 21 years, I still can't get it up. I don't know how the fuck we've got 3 kids.
In my early 20s, but as you get older, you want a connection with somebody.
I think so.
Yeah. Even at a bar, if you meet somebody and you're just what's your name, and then she makes you laugh. You know what I mean? And she's sassy. Then you can go, oh, I can do this, right? But if just no name, right? She's just laying there with just like, you know what I mean? Her fucking tits, her fat tits out. And her vag was just like roast beef.
Oh, why are you touching?
You know what I mean? And I was just like, no.
We have guests.
I'm sorry,
I was like,
I'm so sorry.
stop it, please.
Yeah.
What a wonderful podcast.
Not a
What?
good-
That's how we're ending?
What a great ending.
Yeah.
Image?
What a
That was
great,
awesome.
That's
Again.
a great ending.
Again, a bad dismount.
No, I don't care. I think every time, I do podcasts, the ending is always weird. Right?
No, that was perfect.
Yeah.
was
And people
perfect.
even sent me a meme. This is how I end podcasts, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have to cut that part out, but
We're gonna zoom up.
yeah, zoom up. Yeah, maybe that was not the right way to end, right? But I have to say, we don't have a lot of repeats on the show, Michael. We don't. We've had maybe
Wow.
3,
Nah, like 6.
6.
That's a few.
Out of
Getting up
200
there.
something. though.
Out of
No, but that's
200
good. That's good.
Out of 200 plus guests, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's quarantine. You're running out of people. People.
No,
to LA
there's
is
so
much.
many fucking people I could ask again. I just don't want them.
Well, don't diss old guests.
They're
We
great.
love them.
Yeah.
We
I
love
would
them
love
all.
everyone
There's
back.
194 guests.
would love
you're
everyone
talking
back.
shit about.
I would love everyone back. I really would. Right? But I just know, right, that you'll be back again.
Oh,
right? I
thank
just
you, thank
know it, right? Even though you never asked me to be on yours. It's fine.
Bobby, I asked you to be on mine.
Did they ask?
I have asked. In fact, it's in your text messages.
Oh,
I text you direct.
oh my!
Yeah.
Direct.
Called out.
You know, but you're too big time these days. Big
here's,
time.
Here's what I got.
What was your last thing, Michael? Texted?
Here's
No,
what I
not
got.
the last thing. Go
No,
with
yes.
you.
What's
50
up, Bobby? Bisbing here. Hit a little traffic.
Subway.
Probably 7:10.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, go up.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it.
Oh, I did. I changed my number.
yeah. He changed his number. Yeah.
I changed my
So
number.
this is your
Hold
new
on.
number?
Yeah, that's my new number.
Okay.
Yeah. Save that, please. Hold on.
Did you didn't get the screen on it, right?
No, it's fine.
Yeah,
Don't worry
blur
about
it.
it.
Yeah, I want people to know this number.
Let's have a look. Hold on. Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. That was you. What's up, Bobby Bisping? Go up a little bit. January 14th, 2019. Great time, Bobby. You got to do mine in return.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. You seriously killed it.
And then no invite.
No invite.
You have to go. All right, so you go. So fuckface.
Did
right?
that just backfire on
Right,
you?
it backfired. Right. So you go. You should.
up and
I
say,
go. Okay,
I did
I'll do it.
reciprocate
Right.
the invite.
And then nothing.
Okay.
when?
No.
Where? What
Let me
time?
tell you this, and maybe you can give me some advice, because here's the deal with that.
Okay.
Because I have so many guests lined up that I want. Excuse me.
Yeah.
That I want to have on, right? I want
Yeah.
to have a chat like this. But the problem is, Lewis does it in New
York.
and I do it here.
Yeah.
And if we bring a guest in, it kind of gets weird. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We do have a guest, but then more often than not, there's a little bit of a delay.
Yes.
Right.
Conversations don't really flow too well, and then some of them, maybe Lewis doesn't know who these people are, and it's just me and another guy going to sit in a room, and Lewis is just going to be listening in.
Right.
It's just a weird dynamic. So I think down the line, probably going to invest in like a little studio somewhere and do it a bit more traditional.
But that's why we had Zoom guests on this during the
And they
pandemic,
weren't going
and they
well.
were not going well.
it's hard.
So we made this. So we had a girl 2 weeks ago I wanted, and she's like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable. And I go, well, I can't do it
here.
Yeah, in this
You
room.
didn't feel comfortable.
No, so I go, well, I can't do it through Zoom, so we'll just wait until the pandemic's over.
Well,
Because
you're about what 10 feet away. From
I know.
with
My point is
plexiglass.
that this is the way we're doing it. And I just want to throw this out. Maybe you guys can do one. But anyway,
Very good dynamic.
really good dynamic, you two.
No, we do, and people say that to her all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go.
I actually suggested that we should just do one episode together, and he pretty much just laughed at me at the suggestion.
Well, that's what we did. It wasn't any formal thing. We got a mic. We were in the middle of our carpeted bedroom, and we were like, hey, let's just see where it goes.
And I told her no for like 6 months.
For 6 months. And then I started buying the mics myself. And then I just kind
And
of
then she was in a
bamboozled him
room
into it.
one day, just sitting with the headphones, it's just this like this. And I walked by and I was like,
You took pity on
yeah, what the fuck? All right, I'll do it. Because I didn't think, and then we started doing it together like this.
Yeah.
And then one day, dude, years later, right, we started going, oh, we have a huge fan base.
Yeah.
How long you guys been doing this?
5 years.
5 years.
But our first 30 episodes was just him and I arguing about really dumb things.
Dumb things.
We had no guests.
But that's great though. The people want to hear that shit. They want to
Yeah.
hear that dynamic.
I think so.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I just think you should try, you fuckface.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be overly produced.
Yeah.
People like lulls.
People like lulls. People
you know,
like to hear real thing.
Yeah.
You know?
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree 100%.
Yeah, and that, what?
Check.
The blue check.
Yeah,
The blue check mark. It's all she gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
When you said that when you first walked in, I'm like, yeah, I get it. That's
Yeah.
all she's been talking about for the longest time.
Yeah, that's what
Why do you want a blue check mark so bad?
Because you're nobody unless you got a blue check.
It's show
I'm like-
business.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe they might just base it off merit.
I mean,
Old-fashioned concept.
I would hope so.
love
Is
Yeah.
this good
We-
or is it garbage? It's great, but no check mark.
Yeah, we do live in a society. It's getting
Not
weird.
horrible.
Isn't it? It feels weird.
It is embarrassing
Right?
that I
That
would even have to say
you
that.
need to, and I'm the same way. For the longest time, I didn't have one. And my openers, guys that open for me, were getting blue check marks. You know what I mean? I would have a couple, back in the day, 100,000 followers or whatever. My opener would have 2,000 followers and get a blue check mark. And all my friends, and one day I just snapped. And I called my agent. I will leave you. I will leave you, right? And I'll go to a different agency if you don't use your power to get me a blue check mark. And they panicked.
It is essential in this day. and
Isn't that
age.
weird,
For
though?
somebody-
Why, it's like...
You know what's even funnier is that I started this podcast and my podcast page got the blue check mark before me.
Oh, really?
That was
That's
a big
hilarious.
slap to the face. I was like, well, really? Like, I'm really
Yeah.
chopped liver.
Yeah, no, that is.
So, Michael, your wife wants a fucking blue check mark. Start a podcast. Because I think that there is something here, and I'm not just saying that.
Yeah.
I think there's just something here.
Listen, I
Yeah,
could
shut
listen
the fuck
to this
up.
all the way home, guys.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
Yeah.
We'll make it just like a seasonal thing. This is like the pandemic, set of.
Yeah, just do one.
Oh God.
All right.
Okay.
You're-
Happy.
Why don't we give Michael Bisping a round of applause
Rebecca.
and Rebecca a round of applause. Thank you so much for coming. What a great podcast.
Thank you.
Oh gosh.
My God, that was so good.
Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed that impromptu bonus guest. Rebecca was awesome. That was really fun. Guys, thanks to everyone at the Tiger Belly Patreon. A new vlog just dropped on Sunday featuring Bobby's karate skills. You might have seen a little clip on our IG page. And for gamers, we also have George's first time playing Warzone with Bobby and myself, as well as an exclusive Jules interview of Bobby, podcast, audio form. I don't know why I'm explaining what a podcast is to you. You can check all this out at patreon.com/tigerbelly. And also I'd like to thank our sponsors, Hims and BetterHelp. For ED, hair loss, and all your men's needs, go to forhims.com/belly. Shout out to John, the scientist. Take charge of your mental health today. Special offer for Tiger Belly listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/belly. And once again, get your questions on Tiger Belly by emailing us at adviceunhelpful@gmail.com. We're looking for something out of the ordinary, life situations, weird family members, strange encounters with coworkers, or aliens. You can email us at adviceunhelpful@gmail.com. We love you guys so much, and follow us on Tiger Belly on IG. Also, follow Bobby at Bobby Lee Live, Kalila Calamity K, George_Kimmel, and Michael Bisbing at Gilbert. Love you guys. Have a good night.